Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I figured I'd do a different type of video other than an update video. In this video I figured I would talk about how I go about fertilizing all my Nepenthes. So if you've watched a few tutorials regarding fertilization of Nepenthes, you may see some people use a foliage spray or some people use pellets, but majority of people opt for a foliage spray. Now, I've never used it, but from what I've heard, it stinks pretty bad. And you know, if you're going into Nepenthes inside like I am, it's not something you really want to pursue. So instead, I am currently fertilizing my Nepenthes with Osmocote pellets. And so what these look like here, as I put them on this piece of paper to make it easy, they're just these little pellets that are no bigger than a little rock almost. Now what these are meant for is you're supposed to mix them in soil with potted plants, and it releases fertilizer as time goes by and they break down. However, these are really higher nitrogen, which is what these pitcher plants love, because nitrogen can come from organic material such as bugs, which is why they make their traps. Some benefits of fertilizing your Nepenthes are putting out more traps and getting faster growth and bigger traps as well. So this just completely depends. The size that you choose completely depends on the size of the pitcher plant. So for example, if I'm opting for this big guy right here, or both these ones actually, then I would go with one about this size. And what I would do is, I just fertilized them and I figured I'd make a video, but what I would do is I'd just toss it in there and then dilute it with some distilled water. So I just poured just some distilled water directly into the trap and then let it sit. So I do that probably about every 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks or so. It just depends on the trap and how big the pitcher is. So in this case, for those big ones, I probably do every 2-3 weeks, probably usually closer to the 3-week mark. And since I've been doing that, I started about 6 months ago now, and since I've been doing it, I've noticed that the plants love to put pitchers off a lot more than they used to. So for example, I didn't really struggle, but this one back here maybe only held 1 or 2 pitchers if I was lucky at a time, but now it's actually holding 3. So I have this one here, it just opened this one down here, and I actually just fertilized it, and then there's one back here as well. And so now it's holding 3, and same with my Nepenthes Red Queen, which is tucked away, but that's one right there, and it had a pitcher jump. I know it's facing the opposite way, but there's one there, and then there's kind of one tucked away, like back there, sort of, you can't really see it, but it's only holding 2, but it had a massive pitcher jump. So that was one of the benefits that came with fertilizing it. Additionally, my Lowii Cross Campanulata, it probably would have had like 3 or 4 on it at this point. I did break some tendrils, so it kind of skipped on putting some out, especially after I repotted it. But yeah, so it has one there and then another one, I think, tucked away back in there. But they're both doing really good. It's about to pop another one off, and based on the size of the tendril, I'm assuming it's going to be a pretty big trap. So I'll have to do an update video if that does pop like I'm expecting it to. Now, another one that I've noticed to have done quite well since I've been doing it is this small Nepenthes Spatulata Jacquelineae. You can see that it has done a leaf jump or 2, and I don't have an old picture to show you the size difference, but this was its most recent pitcher jump. And there's one tucked back there, but it's hard to show, and then this one's still growing. Obviously, fertilization is not the only factor that comes with growth spurts in plants, but it definitely is a contributing factor. Some other ones that I've found another one here is my Nepenthes Spectabilis Savior. So it came with these 2 traps here, one there, one there. Obviously, it went into a little shock once I first got it, just because it is adapting to its new environment. But now that it's been about 2 months or so, or however long it's been, these are starting to turn into these tendrils are starting to turn into pitchers here, and I've been monitoring their growth, and they've been doing quite well. And I would say that definitely I can contribute that to fertilizing the pitchers. Another example of one that I struggled with. This one I actually did struggle with, and I didn't know the answer for a while, but looking at this one back here, this plant, it refused to hold more than one pitcher at a time. And as soon as it put another one off, it would kill the other one off. I didn't know why. I thought it was a light issue. I thought it was a humidity issue. So after putting it under different measures of light and keeping it in a higher humidity environment, nothing really changed. But I only noticed change once I started fertilizing its trap quite often. So this one here, I think it's been on here since June, and I had started fertilizing it around that time, with almost every 3 weeks to a month with this one, because it's such a smaller pitcher, it doesn't need to be fried with nitrogen. So I started doing that pretty consistently, and now you can see it's putting off one here, and there's another one tucked away behind that IMA back there. And so I'm hoping that it will throw those two off and maybe keep this one. I doubt it will keep this one. This one's almost 6 months old at this point, so I'll probably kill that off as soon as these ones pop up. So I don't have my hopes up for it, but that'd be pretty neat. And then another one is my Nepenthes IMA back here. It had a pitcher jump with that one as compared to the one that's kind of tucked away way down here. And then it also has one trap here, and it's putting off another one down there. Now, another one that I had a pitcher jump with is right in front of you right here. This would be my Truncata cross Hamada, which is a Nepenthes predator from Exotica Plants. I believe Red Leaf has this one for sale right now if anybody wants to pick it up. But I got this one from Saracen Northwest at their open house. But this one is such a massive jump. I want to say this is close to 9 inches tall from the top of the lid down, whereas the last one I put off was maybe 7 or so. And so definitely helped out a lot. Another one that helped bring it back to life was this EP plant here. It's from Flore. It's a Loei cross Veitchii cross Burbigiae cross Veitchii, and it popped off this one here, popped out this one here, and now it's putting off another one down here. So that'll be interesting to see. My Gaia has been doing pretty good. I fertilized that one not too long ago because that's a fresh one, and it's got some basils going down there. Let's see. My Jambon. This one probably helps that it's cooling off now, so it's not as picky with the temperatures because it's not as hot as it was in the summer, because this is a highland one. But yeah, you can see it has one back here, one here. Just gonna put one off back there if the camera wants to focus, right there, and then this one too, hopefully. The Inermis I've only had for about 2 months. It's an Inermis, and currently they are growing in highland conditions, but Inermises are picky. I have fertilized this, hence it's kind of growing back, or dying back, sorry. But I kind of have hope for that tendril back there and this one, so we'll see. And then if I jump to my other enclosure here, you will see that I've had quite the success, specifically with this Nepenthes fancy fish. Some big, actually some big leaf jumps. You can't tell now, but they're pretty big. The light's a little intense, so that's why there's some red tinge on it. I gotta adjust that, but yep, had some big pitcher jumps as well. There's one down there, and then this one I'm zooming into, that is Rafflesia cross Rhusmatiensis, and that's an EP plant. That one, that's a pitcher jump for sure there, and those are its 2 old pitchers. But you can see right here, I broke a leaf off, and then on this one I broke a tendril off. So this is my next hope. I want to see what this pitcher looks like when it comes around. But yeah, another one is this one. This one recovered really well. I got this one from Carnivore about a month ago, and it didn't hesitate on starting to put off a new pitcher. So what I did was, when I got this, I let it get used to the conditions for about 2 weeks or so. Then I fertilized this one, and next thing I know, this one's turning into a pitcher. So definitely helps fertilizing your plants. Now, I don't have any experience with foliage spray, so I can't give you any good help or advice on that. But as for these Osmocote pellets, just do it in proportion with the size of your pitcher. So the largest ones should only go in your largest pitchers, and still make sure you're diluting with distilled water. Now, if you have a small one like my Nepenthes Jambon right there, go with something like this size. You can see this difference. This one could be for like that Hamada Truncata Hamada I have right there, or whatever it is. It's one of the ones. It's a Nepenthes Predator, or EP. And this one would be like a small one, like a seedling, or not a seedling, but you know, like these small ones you could probably get from Carnivoro or something like that. And then, you know, maybe in the middle, you got like this one right here, and that one could go in like my Spectabilis or Lowii Campanulata or whatever it may be. So just make sure you're doing it proportionally to the pitcher, or else you're just going to fry the pitcher. And always make sure you're diluting with distilled water. It's definitely helped with my success of putting out bigger, more robust pitchers. Humidity does play a factor in the plant maintaining its pitchers for a longer period of time, but I've noticed fertilization plays a lot bigger role in getting your plants to look more robust. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. It's kind of a long video, but figured I'd just kind of cover how I go about fertilizing my plants. Hopefully this helps out you guys. I will put a link in the description to the Osmocote pellets I'm using. You can get them off Amazon here in the US, and they've helped out considerably. So if you guys enjoyed this video and find that it helped you, please feel free to leave a like and comment any questions you may have. I'll try my best to answer them. But other than that, guys, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.